Hello and welcome to Watch Me Movie. My name is Ryan and today we're continuing on with the Hannibal series. So we're just about to get on with episode 2 of this. On the first video I got a few people commenting saying that I need to make sure that I pay attention to each bit of dialogue in this series. That it's quite subtle writing, and if I'm not paying close attention a lot of the time I might miss something relevant. So I will bear that in mind as we continue on with the series. With this series I need to be able to find a good balance of paying close attention and being able to comment and react at the same time. But I'm sure that'll all fall into place as we get further on into the seasons. I am looking forward to getting straight on with episode 2, so all that's left to say is if you appreciate this reaction, consider leaving a thumbs up on the video and subscribing to the channel. On a side note, apologies for my appearance by the way, I do tend to record these videos very early in the morning, so I do tend to look pretty haggard and especially unshaven this morning. But that's not what we're here for, is it? And with all that said, let's get into episode 2 of Hannibal. It's pretty horrible.
Or what if Hobbs wasn't eating alone?
Someone he hunted with?
Someone who was in a coma?
Abigail Hobbs is a suspect.
She would make the ideal bait, wouldn't she?
Hobbs killed alone. Someone else was here.
I'm interested to see in this series whether it's like a different killer every episode or whether it continues on throughout.
Please stop that. Garrett Jacob Hobbs is dead. The question now is how to stop those his story is going to inspire.
What's that?
Your psychological evaluation.
Did you just rubber stamp me?
Yes. All conversation can proceed unobstructed by paperwork.
Good method, eh?
You saved Abigail Hobbs' life. You also orphaned her.
You were there. You saved her life, too. Do you feel obligated?
I feel responsibility.
Is this therapy or a support group?
It's whatever you need it to be.
I'm still not very familiar with the character of Hannibal Lecter. Like I'm never 100% sure when Lecter's being genuine or not yet.
No, it's a marijuana plant.
That's not marijuana.
What's marijuana? What?
Zeller wanted to give you the bullets he pulled out of Hobbs in an acrylic case, but I told him you wouldn't think it was funny.
Who would?
See if that helps with the recoil.
This guy plays tense really well. Jesus Christ. Oof.
He buried them in a high-nutrient compost.
They were buried alive with the intention of keeping them that way.
It's kind of mental.
Can you, tell me what that man is doing over there by himself?
So is she just like a sneaky reporter, or is she involved in it as well?
I do not bind his arms or legs as I bury him in a shallow grave. He's alive, but he will never be conscious again. This is my design.
Is that real? It's like 7.
The structure of a fungus mirrors that of the human brain, an intricate web of connections. Is that what your farmer is looking for? Some sort of connection?
Since that's why I'm here, I was wondering...
Are you Freddie Lawrence?
Can't lie to Lecter.
How did you know when Will Graham would be here?
I may have also recorded your session with Will Graham.
You didn't answer the question. Delete it, please. You've been terribly rude, Miss Lowndes. What's to be done about that?
Loin. What kind?
Pork.
Did they really just bring that reporter girl in as a victim? I'm hungry.
No, they're all diabetics. He induces a coma and puts them in the ground. Changes their medication, so he's a doctor or a pharmacist.
We dug up his mushroom garden.
And that's your correct address?
Thank you. Over the county. One pharmacist all over the county as well.
It's mad how they're just assaulting the store. How did he manage that?
You offering competitive pay and benefits in the hopes of using one.
It's about Will.
You are naughty, Miss Lones.
Can't arrest me for writing an article.
You entered a federal crime scene without permission. You got all that information from a local detective.
Not to mention the rivalry of who gets the call.
There's a rat in the kitchen.
I can indict you for obstructing justice.
You used me.
I'm about to broach the subject of that takes one to know one article. Abigail Hobbs is a success for you.
She doesn't look like a success.
She might be able to hear him.
Feel, good?
Don't know where you got half that information. It wasn't from me.
I'm sorry I got you fired.
I was suspended. Not the first cop you got fired.
Right now, future you is thanking me.
I read your article. Tell me about Will Graham.
Could have just said, excuse me.
Well, what does he want with Will Graham?
Someone who understands him. I told him about the Hobbs girl. He's gonna bury her.
Hello?
Will, it's Jack. You at the hospital?
Yes, I am.
Stamets knows about Abigail.
Shooting Will.
The journalist said you understood me. I know who you're reaching for. Abigail Hobbs. You should have let me plant her.
Then it's not Hobbs's ghost that's haunting you, is it? It's the inevitability of there being a man so bad that killing him felt good.
I didn't feel a sprig of zest when I shot Eldon Stamets.
You didn't kill Eldon Stamets. Did you really feel so bad because killing him felt so good?
I liked killing Hobbs.
Killing must feel good to God, too. He dropped a church roof on 34 of his worshippers last Wednesday night in Texas while they sang a hymn.
Did God feel good about that?
He felt powerful.
Ah, what? That felt like a short episode. Okay, that was episode 2. That did feel like an extra short episode. I'm not sure if it is any shorter or whether I was just into it. Yeah, I was thinking about the show structure before watching this episode, and I was wondering whether they were going to feature a different serial killer every episode, or whether they'd get to the point where they had like a really prolific serial killer that went on for like a few episodes or a season. These first 2 episodes, obviously they're being different killers. Like, I love the show so far. I love the writing. I think it's a really well made show. But I don't know whether the serial killers that are featured so far, whether they have had like just a bit too short of a lifespan. It doesn't detract from the quality of the show. I'm loving the show so far and how it's developing and stuff. But as I'm thinking about each episode, I'm just trying to pick out things. And one of the things that I wish was a little different at the moment was just that the killers, that you got to know them a little bit more. Whether that develops or not, I'm not sure. I'm a bit conscious this time that I didn't say enough as the episode was going on. Because I'm trying to make sure that obviously I pay attention to every bit of dialogue and that I don't miss anything, that I'm watching the episode properly. Yeah, if I didn't comment much during the episode, I apologise, but like I said before I started watching, I'm sure we'll find a good balance as we get deeper into it. I like how the relationship between Will and Hannibal is developing. It seems like Hannibal wants Will to sort of embrace the joy of killing at the moment. That's what he's like testing it seems to me that he's like testing the water to maybe find his connection with Will. The annoying snooping reporter woman, there seems to be that character in every like serial killer thriller series. I like how the editing implied that Hannibal had actually, I was pretty confident that didn't happen. And unfortunately I was right. The scene where the guy walked up and just shot the cop, I wasn't expecting that at all. I keep thinking these scenes like when the body that they pulled out of the ground grabbed Will's arm, I'm never sure whether I'm just seeing another hallucination or not until everyone else in the scene reacts, which is a thing that I like about this series. But yeah, the second episode was good. It feels like it sort of chilled out a little bit after the first one. The first one was like, obviously, to grab your attention, and then this one sort of settled into sort of a steadier pace. But I am still very much enjoying it. I'll be watching more of Hannibal in a couple of days' time. I have got a movie reaction to edit. I reacted to Blood Simple the other day, so once that's edited, that'll be getting uploaded as well. And I realise people usually turn off the videos after the movie's finished and don't watch these outro bits, but I just wanted to mention that I'm going to be doing a new feature on the channel where once a week, or maybe once every 2 weeks, I'll be watching a movie that's got a reputation for being bad but good, if you know what I mean. Think The Room by Tommy Wiseau, that sort of thing. Bad but good films, and I'm going to be watching them with my brother, who's also a film student. I think we're recording the first one this weekend, and we're starting off with Sharknado. But on that note, if you have any suggestions on bad but good films, any films that you want me to do a reaction to that I may not have seen before, leave your comments on this episode, leave a thumbs up if you appreciate this reaction, and if you're not already a subscriber, then consider subscribing to the channel. Like I said previously, I'll be back in a few days with another upload. In the meantime, thanks for being here, thanks for watching, and see you next time.